Now we've all heard of the most controversial woman on the planet, J.K. Rowling. She's a real lunatic. She says all kinds of wild stuff, like she's been saying this crazy notion that women don't have penises recently. Can you imagine? Unhinged is what it is. And she's been taking a lot of flack for this completely abnormal, abhorrent opinion. So this is clearly a mentally unstable person with extreme views, as I'm sure you will agree. And of course, in woke grift world, sorry, I meant in the land of where everyone tells the truth and nothing is manufactured to make stupid people angry at all, the mainstream media, there's a dude called Jon Stewart. Now, he used to have a fairly decent talk show on television back in the day when the left hadn't gone completely insane and were normal people, not finding racism and transphobia in their coffee, their lunch, their dinner, everywhere they look. But obviously, those days are long gone. People like J.K. Rowling are bigots for understanding biology. Well, we all are terrible racists for reasons we don't even know yet, but I'm sure once they've figured it out, they'll screech about it nice and loud on social media. So, Jon Stewart does a podcast that no one fucking listens to, because who is listening to legacy media podcasts? Nobody. Podcasts were invented to break away from that stuff, but on his podcast he decides J.K. Rowling is not only a trans-exclusionary radical feminist, but a raging anti-Semite. And he said this: "Here's how you know Jews are still where they are," said the Jewish multi-millionaire, very influential man. Talking to the people, and here's what I say. Have you ever seen a Harry Potter movie? Have you ever seen the scenes in Gringotts Bank? Do you know what those folks who run the bank are? Jews. Well, that's kind of a leading question, isn't it? And they're like, oh, that illustration is from Harry Potter. And you're like, no, that's a caricature of a Jew from an anti-Semitic piece of literature. J.K. Rowling was like, can we get these guys to run our bank? It's a wizarding world where you can ride dragons, we can have a pet owl, but who should run the banks? Jews. No, they're goblins, you fucking weirdo. What if their teeth were sharper? So in his own story, he is an anti-Semitic trope, a self-hating Jew. Because in that story he told, the person he was talking to didn't see the goblins as Jews, only he views Jews as money-hungry goblins. The person in his own story just saw Harry Potter goblins. I've never seen Harry Potter. Can someone tell me in the comments, are these like the most Jewish goblins you've ever seen? Are they wearing little hats and are they going mush sugar all the time? I don't know. And he continues with, it was one of those things where I saw it on the screen and I was expecting the crowd to be like, holy shit, Rowling did not, in a wizarding world, just throw Jews in there to run the fucking underground bank, Stewart added. And everybody was just like, wizards. It was so weird. So what you are saying, John, is you, and only you, saw the goblins as Jews. No one else. Thankfully, even several Jewish charities and people said Jon Stewart was talking shit, one saying, J.K. Rowling has been very supportive of the Jewish community in recent years and tweeted repeatedly against anti-Semitism, so it's hard to imagine that she used an anti-Semitic caricatures in her books. Sometimes a goblin is just a goblin. Yes, it might just be a goblin. After being caught being a little bitch trying to be a victim, Jon Stewart released a video saying, I do not think J.K. Rowling is anti-Semitic. I did not accuse her of being anti-Semitic. I do not think the Harry Potter movies are anti-Semitic. He also went on to attack Newsweek, who I assume this is where the story originated from, having a business model that was arson. Okay, so, well, I've just read that bit and I think he did accuse them of being anti-Semitic, but let's take him at his word for it, eh? Must have just been lost in translation in the journalist's article or something, perhaps, eh? Oh, wait! Here's the original thumbnail for the podcast, next to the new one after it went viral and everyone saw he was full of shit. Oops. A mainstream media hack being a lying piece of shit. This is the first time this has ever happened. Time and time again, they keep getting caught trying to stir up nonsense for idiots to be outraged about. Latch onto a controversy, J.K. Rowling, create their own on the back of that, and then money, apparently. Scum. Pure vermin. All of them. That's it for today's video. Don't forget to like and share the video and subscribe to see more content like this. Thanks, boy.